Students, we already have discussed about work done by constant force and work done by variable force in the previous video lecture. And in today's video lecture, we will learn what is mean by conservative force and non-conservative force, and work done by conservative force and as well as non-conservative force. First, we shall learn about conservative force. What is mean by a conservative force and example of conservative force, and what is work done by a conservative force. As we know, there are different forces existing in nature. Some forces are fundamental forces like gravitational force, electrostatic force, nuclear force, and weak nuclear force. These are fundamental forces which exist in nature. Mechanical force, spring force, tension in the string, these all forces come under other category. They are not fundamental. They are actually originate from electromagnetic interaction between the molecules. So as different types of force exist in nature, contact and as well as non-contact forces. Now every force is capable of doing work. Gravitational force is able to do work. Electromagnetic force is able to do work. All forces, whether they are contact or non-contact forces, they are able to do work. But we can categorize those forces into two categories. They are conservative force and as well as non-conservative force, depending upon the characteristics of their work done. Depending on characteristics of their work done, you can define what is mean by a conservative force and what is mean by a non-conservative force. Now let me take, I'll make the difference of conservative and non-conservative force very clear by taking an example. Let me take this is ground, and upon ground you have an object. This is an object, and here there is a slab which is of height h. This height is h, and obviously upon this mass there is a gravitational force which acts in downward direction. Gravitational force is mg. Okay, now let this position be A and this position be B. Now what I do is I will lift this object. I will lift this object of mass m to new position B. I have lifted this body and I have placed it here at position B, which is of height h. In which direction the displacement is being observed? Displacement is observed in upward direction. This is displacement, yes. Force acting on this object, gravitational force. I am talking about gravitational force, not applied force. Applied force is upward, that you are lifting the body in upward direction. Gravitational force is acting in downward direction. Displacement is in upward direction. So let me make it clear. Applied force is upward and gravitational force is downward. Gravitational force is in downward direction, applied force is in upward direction. Now I am talking only about gravitational force. I am not discussing about applied force. Now clearly gravitational force and displacement are opposite to each other. They are opposite to each other. Therefore, what is angle between them? Theta is equal to 180 degrees. Work done is equal to force into displacement into -1, because cos 180 is equal to -1. Now you can write W is equal to minus mg. What is displacement here? Displacement is h. Work done W is equal to mgh in displacing the body from position A to position B. So we are starting at point A. Body is displaced to position B. Work done in moving the object from A to B is equal to minus mgh, and this is also denoted as potential energy gained by object. So work done, total work done will be equal to potential energy gained by the object, that will be plus mgh. This is work done in moving object A to object B by the gravitational force. Now let us see same object. This object is first displaced right side. Now I am considering this object. It is being brought from here to here. This object is brought to new position and it has traveled a length. This length is S. This object M has traveled a distance S left side, and here also gravitational force is acting in downward direction. Gravitational force is acting in downward direction, and this is new position. I call it as C. And now from C I am lifting this object to new position D, and this position I call it as D, and it has been lifted upward. This object has been lifted upward. It is lifted upward to the same height h. Here also the lifted height is the same. Therefore, I want to now calculate work done by the gravitational force. Now let us calculate work done by the gravitational force. Work done by gravitational force in path A, C, D. So first in the path A to B, work done is equal to mgh. Now what you are doing, you are bringing first mass from position A to position C. You have brought it here, and from position C you are lifting it in upward direction to this point D. So net work done W from A to D is equal to work done in moving from A to C plus work done in moving from C to D. Okay. So in order to move from position A to position D, body has to be displaced from A to C. So therefore work done in AC, and from C to D it has moved, that is WCD. I can now write WAD is equal to WAC. AC is right side. Displacement is in this direction. Gravitational force is in this direction. Theta is equal to 90 degrees. Therefore I can write it as mg. Displacement is S into cos 90 plus work done from C to D. It is gravitational force is mg, displacement is h, and here it is cos 180. Okay, so from A to C, gravitational force is in downward direction, but displacement is right side, so angle you are taking it as 90 degrees. Whereas when the body is lifted from C to D, gravitational force is acting in downward direction and displacement is in upward direction. Angle between them is 180. So clearly you can write this is 0 plus, and this become minus mgh. Therefore work done AD is also equal to minus mgh. So clearly you can write work done from A to B is equal to work done from A to D. Whatever the work is being done in order to lift it from position A to B, same work is being done in order to lift this object from A to D also. Therefore, this type of force which is independent of the path followed, independent of path followed, it is only dependent on initial and final states. Initial state body is at position A, final state body is at position D. At position D, whatever the final state it is there, same it is at B also. Therefore, work done, you can lift it from A to B, or you can lift it from A to D, or you can lift it to any other position if it is at same height. Then work done in all those cases will be equal. Such type of forces where work is being done in such a way, they only dependent upon initial and final states, which is independent of the path followed. Such forces are called conservative force. Example for conservative force is gravitational force. Gravitational force is conservative force. Electrostatic force. Electrostatic force is also conservative force. These two are fundamental forces which are conservative in nature. Work done only depends upon initial and final states. That does not depend upon the path followed. So even though like body can be lifted from A to B, here work done, body can be lifted in this direction, here work done, body can be moved in this direction, here work done, body can be moved in this direction. In all these cases, work done are equal. It is independent of the path followed. How you are bringing that object to the final position, we does not take care. We are only concerned with where the body is starting and what is the final state of the body. So it only depends upon the states of the body. Such work done by those forces is said to be as work done by conservative forces. Yeah. So first point which we have discussed here in conservative forces, number one, work done only depends upon state of the object, initial and final state of the object. Work done is independent of path followed. That is point number two. And now let us learn one more new thing. Here we are taking the object from A to B, or you can take the object from A to C and C to D. For example, if you are taking object from A to B and again from B to A, work is being done when you are moving an object from A to B, and work is being done when you are bringing object from B to A. That means body lifted up and brought it down to same initial position. Okay. Now let us calculate net work done in this case. Net work done is equal to work done in lifting, that is AB, plus work done in falling down, that is BA. Now work done, net work done will be equal to, what is WAB? Minus MGH plus work done from B to A. From B to A, gravitational force is in downward direction. Displacement is also in downward direction. Therefore, when the body is coming down, theta is equal to 0. Theta is equal to 180 degrees if gravitational force is downward, displacement is upward. Theta is equal to 0 degrees if gravitational force is downward, displacement is also in downward direction. These two things you need to remember. If both directions are same, theta is equal to 0. Therefore, cos 0 will be equal to 1. Gravitational force is mg. Displacement from B to A is equal to h. Minus mgh plus mgh gets cancelled. What is net work done here? Net work done is equal to 0 because initial and final states are same. If initial and final states are same, net work done is equal to 0. That means if conservative force is doing work, that is in the round trip. Round trip in the sense body is starting and ending positions are same. Clearly you can now understand that work done by conservative force in a closed path or round path, or you can call it as round trip. If work done by conservative force, if work is done by the conservative force in the closed path, why it is closed path? Body is starting at A, going to B, again from B it is coming to A. Where it is starting, to the same point it is coming. That is called round trip, or you can call it as closed path. So in such cases, work done, net work done will be equal to 0. This is the one more important condition where you can decide whether the force is conservative force or not. So point number 1 is that work done by the conservative force is only state dependent. It is independent of the path. And second condition is that work done by conservative force in the closed path or round trip will be equal to 0. These are the very two important points which you should keep it in your mind when work is done by the conservative force. And in universe, two fundamental forces, gravitational force and electrostatic force, they are conservative in nature. Students, we have learned what is meant by conservative force. Now let us discuss what is non-conservative force. Initially, I am considering an object which is placed at position A, and this has some mass here. I am applying some force on this object, and finally I am bringing this object to position B. I am bringing the object to position B, which is on the ground. This is ground. And this is rough surface where coefficient of friction is 0.1. For this rough surface, coefficient of friction is 0.1. There acts a friction. Applied force is right side. For this object, applied force is right side. And the frictional force is opposite to this object. Frictional force is in this direction. This is frictional force F, and this is applied force. Now let us take one more simple case. This is case 1. And let us take case 2. In case 2, here this is also ground, which is rough surface, and its coefficient of friction is 0.5. Now you are applying force upon this object. Here also there comes frictional force, and there is another force which is applied force. This is F applied, and this is frictional force F. These are the two different cases where you are moving the same object from position A to position B, but the surfaces are different. One is little bit smooth surface and the other one is little bit rough surface, because their coefficients of frictions are not same. Coefficient of the friction is 0.1 in the first case and 0.5 in the second case. Now let us calculate work done by the friction in the first case. Work done in moving A to B by friction is equal to minus, because cos is 180, displacement is right side, friction is in the backward direction, so angle here is 180 degrees. Work done by the friction will be minus frictional force into displacement. I consider it as S. This is the total displacement from A to B and A to D. But what is frictional force? Frictional force is mu mg into S, which is equal to 0.1 minus 0.1 mgs. This is work done by friction. Same distance from A to B, same distance, you are moving it. I don't want to make it confused. This also I consider it as B position only. same distance. Now I am displacing it on the other surface whose coefficient of friction is 0.5. Then in such cases, this is case 1. In case 2, what we shall get? In case 2, you can write it as work done by friction in between A to B, which is equal to minus F dot S, that is minus 0.5 mg into S. This is work done by the friction in the second part. So that is what work done by the friction in case 2. Clearly you can mention here from these two figures, from these two activities you can learn work done by the friction in case 1 is not equal to work done by the friction in case 2, because mu1 is not equal to mu2. It depends on path. It depends on path followed. See, from A to B, when you are doing work, you have got 0.1 mgs. But from A to B, if it is rough surface, if the coefficient of friction has been increased on that surface, the net work done has been increased to minus 0.5 mgs. Therefore, work done in both the cases are different, even though their states are same. Therefore, such forces where work done is not dependent on states but dependent upon path is called work done by non-conservative force. It is called work done by non-conservative force. Okay, next, in this type of non-conservative force, work done will not be equal to 0, even for round trip also. Even for round trip also, work done will not be equal to 0, because when the body is going from A to B, due to friction, there is some loss in the energy. There is some heat energy produced over there. When the body is coming from B to A again, there is some heat developed. There is some loss in the energy. Therefore, if non-conservative force is doing work, some energy is lost to the surroundings. That is the reason why total energy will be lost in the form of heat energy. That's the reason why work done is not equal to 0. There is some energy lost. Work done by non-conservative force are path dependent, and work done by non-conservative force is not equal to 0, because there is some loss in the energy even for round trip also. And examples of non-conservative force. Examples of non-conservative force are: number 1, friction. Number 2, spring force. Number 3, molecular forces. Molecular forces. So these are few examples of non-conservative forces, work done by non-conservative forces. So that's what non-conservative forces does work in such a way it is not equal to 0, even for round trip also. So as we have discussed what is meant by conservative and non-conservative forces, let us now compare differences between conservative and non-conservative forces. Coming to the first point, work done does not depend upon the path for case of conservative. In case of non-conservative forces, work done depends on the path. Here it does not depend, and here it depends on the path. Coming to the second one, work done in a round trip is 0. We have already discussed that for conservative force, work done can be 0. For non-conservative force, work done even in the round trip is also not equal to 0. Work done in a round trip is not equal to 0. And coming to the third one, work done, like conservative force is central in nature, where for central force is that force, example is gravitational force, it is central force, which is inversely proportional to r power n. And that force will be acting along the line joining between two masses or between two charges or between 2 points. Such forces are called central force. They are conservative in nature. Non-conservative forces are velocity dependent and retarding in nature. So that means non-conservative forces always try to decrease velocity of the object, just like friction. Body will be going in this direction, friction will be acting in opposite direction. Friction and velocity both are opposite to each other. Friction decreases the velocity. That comes under non-conservative force. Similarly, if a body is falling down because of gravitational force mg, air friction will be acting in the upward direction. This is air friction. Air friction acts in upward direction, which decreases velocity of the ball. And air friction is also non-conservative force. Air friction is non-conservative force, like that. Non-conservative forces are velocity dependent. They decrease the magnitude of velocity. Therefore, they are also called retarding in nature. They are retarding in nature. And coming to point number 4. When only conservative force acts within the system, kinetic energy and potential energy can change, but their sum, that is total mechanical energy, does not change. Individually, kinetic energy can be changed. Individually, potential energy can be changed, but total mechanical energy does not change if only conservative force is doing work. Whereas in case of non-conservative force, energy get dissipated in the sense lost. Energy is lost in the form of heat energy. Therefore, total mechanical energy is not equal to constant. There is some loss in the mechanical energy in the form of heat. That's fourth point. Coming to the fifth one, work done is comparatively recoverable. Just like how we have seen, when the body is lifted from ground to certain height, we have done work done of minus W minus mgh. When the body is coming down again, we have got plus mgh. Net work done is equal to 0. Whatever the work is being done when the going upward direction, same work is being recovered when the ball is coming down. Therefore, if work is done by conservative force, it is recoverable. But whereas work done by non-conservative force, they are non-recoverable. You cannot recover because there is some energy lost in the form of heat. Again, you cannot gather that heat energy. So these are the comparisons between conservative and non-conservative forces. This is first format where force is constant. So in this example, we have got work done by constant conservative force. And what is this force given? Force is given as 4I plus 3J Newton. This is constant force. Remember, if it is constant force doing work, directly you can use formula work done is equal to F dot S. No need of integration. Because it is constant force, you need not use any integration here. Directly you can use work done W is equal to F dot S formula because force is constant. 4I plus 3J, there is no X term, there is no Y term. X and Y is not involved there. Therefore, it is constant force. And body is displaced from position 1 to 2, like from 1, 2 to 4, 5. Now let me take this. This is y-axis, this is x-axis. 1, 2 will be somewhere here. This is 1, 2. And 4, 5 will be somewhere here. This is 4 comma 5. On x-axis it is 4, on y-axis it is 5, and on x-axis it is 1, and on y-axis it is 2. Now where is displacement taking place? Displacement is from 1 comma 2 to 4 comma 5. This is displacement vector S bar. Okay. Now how do you write this S bar? You can write this S bar like this. This is delta x and this is delta y. That gives you delta S. So S bar is equal to delta x into I cap plus delta y into j cap. S bar is equal to, what is delta x? 4 minus 1. I cap plus, what is delta y? 5 minus 2. J cap. Therefore, S bar is equal to 3 I cap plus 3 j cap. This is displacement and it is in meter. You want to calculate work done. Work done W is equal to F dot S. Take dot product of these two vectors. 4I plus 3j dot 3I plus 3j. This is equal to 4 3 is 12. I dot I is 1. 3 3 is 9. J dot j is equal to 1. 12 plus 9, that is 21. Work done is equal to plus 21 joule. This is work done by constant force. You need not integrate here. There is no necessary of integration because this is work done by constant force. It may be conservative or non-conservative. If it is constant force, then definitely you will not be using any integration. Simply you can use W is equal to F dot S form.